This is Karna behind me, and she very clearly shows the scars of her past being involved in the bear dancing trade. Scars that will never completely heal, but fortunately with bear dancing now a thing of the past, no more bears will have to suffer this barbaric practice. We're at Agra Bear Rescue Facility, where over 200 sloth bears are now enjoying a happy life where they'll never have to endure cruelty and pain again.
The dancing bear trade originally started about 400 years ago, where the Calendar tribe would train bears to dance for the Mughal emperors as a way to impress them, and then throughout the years it continued with tourists encouraging it, and now hopefully the awareness for such kind of acts with animals is just so high that these things don't exist anymore.
You can see on most of the bears, and particularly on Aaron here, a scar on his muzzle. That's caused when they're very, very young. A red hot metal poker is slammed through their muzzle, and then before it's even had a chance to heal, when the wound is still raw and very sore, they feed a rope through it, and it's this that's the tool that makes them dance. And obviously it's not a dance because there's so much pain from that wound that when the rope is lifted, they naturally go up on their hind legs to lessen the pain, and that's the way that horrifically these animals are trained to perform, and sadly they'll bear the scars of that throughout their whole life.
In 1996, research indicated that there were more than 1,200 dancing bears scattered throughout the country. In a short period of time, Wildlife SOS managed to rescue and rehabilitate over 620 bears, who now live peacefully in 4 large natural sanctuaries across India. In December 2009, Wildlife SOS rescued what they believe was the last dancing bear in India.
As well as the scar on their nose, you can see that they're carnivores, their big teeth have been removed. That's also done when they're young. Obviously, the bears can't bite their handlers. And these things, both the piercing of their muzzle and the removing of the teeth, cause health problems that continue throughout the bear's life. So there's a team of dedicated vets here that are dealing with some of these problems that are created in the dancing bear trade. Added to that, malnutrition, because they're not fed properly when they're in the hands of the bear handlers. Now here at the centre they have a balanced diet. They're fed a millet porridge twice a day, they're fed fresh fruit, they have eggs, vegetables, so they're much, much healthier, and you can see in their behaviour and their appearance compared to when they first arrived at the centre, they're so much better and healthier.
As well as rescuing the bears, Wildlife SOS also helped the former handlers find alternative means of earning an income, empowering the women in the community through craft making and selling, and securing the future of their families without a need to return to dancing bears.
One of the ways that Agra Bear Rescue Facility receives help is through volunteers coming from all over the world, and one of the ways that they help, aside from donating money and raising awareness, is by helping with enrichment programs for the animals. So behind me you can see this platform which has been built by volunteers, which allows the bears to exhibit more natural behaviours of climbing and playing. Because all of the bears here were captured as cubs, they've never learnt the skills that would be necessary for them to survive in the wild. So reintroducing them is just simply not an option. They wouldn't survive. So once they've been rescued from captivity, they're brought here to the sanctuary, where they're put into groups and live in huge enclosures like this. Finally, they can be in the sun, they can stretch, they can exercise and live a comfortable and happy life. So the success of Wildlife SOS and Agra Bear Rescue Facility in ending the horrific trade in bears and capture and poaching for bear dancing is such a huge success. But the future of the Indian sloth bear is still quite uncertain. Numbers in the wild are quite low, loss of habitat, and unfortunately the demand in China for medicine for parts of these bears, unbelievably, these bears are still used in medicine, so they are still at risk. Even though the bear dancing trade is over, these bears are still poached as cubs and then smuggled across the border through Nepal and China. So there's still a lot of work to be done. But it's a huge success that the bear dancing trade is now over, and these bears can finally live out their days in peace and safety and comfort.